Bars is back. Sam and oh God.
Attention readers and leaders. World-renowned author Jordan Wells has teamed up with Hip Hop News Uncensored for a special offer just for you. That's right. I want everybody listening under the sound of my voice to click on the link at the top line of the description box and make sure you go grab yourself one of his many books right now. I'm guaranteeing you this book, any one of these books, will change your life and the way that you see things. The link is at the top of the description box. Ready, set, go.
What I would like to see, though, is I think that we have to confront corporations. That's what it is. I mean, think about the fact that you can say things about black people in a hip hop song that you can't say about any other group of people. You know, we can get called any kind of name. Like they can promote genocide amongst black people, and you can't do that with Asian people. You can't do that with Jewish people, and that's racism. That's structured, systematic corporate racism. That Apple and Spotify will put money behind something that is destructive to the black community and won't do it anywhere else. Like they won't go promote opioids to white people because white people are dying from opioids. Like they shut that shit down, right? So I think that we have to challenge the corporations because the corporations are the ones who decide which artists are going to get pushed. So I think that there's hope, but I do think at the same time you got to take responsibility, man. Like you can't be out here. You know, the biggest bullshit explanation I hear is like when Cardi B says something like, well, it's not my job to mentor your child. You're the parent. Yeah. I have kids. I can't stop my kids from hearing Cardi B. And when you're rapping and teaching a 7-year-old how to be a full-time hoe, you know, like it pisses me off as a father. I'm like, I'm not an absentee father. I'm right here with my kids, but all their friends are listening to it at school. So no, you need to regulate that. And the reason they don't is because they don't give a damn about black people. And also the reason black people don't care is because we tend to go along with things that are trending. And also because we tend to focus all of our energy on whatever white people decide we can focus on. Like the George Floyd case gets all of our attention. But when you're talking about what's going on with the music or whatever, nobody cares. So at some point, we've got to decide that Black Lives Matter for us. And once we make that decision, we're going to set a standard on what is acceptable in our community and what is not.
Great point. Did you off topic real quick? Did you see that the Jake Paul Ben Askren fight this Saturday on Triller? Did you see that whole event?
I you know what? I saw the part where he knocked him out.
Okay, I was asking not so much about the fight, but the event itself, the whole Triller event, because I watched the whole thing from top to bottom. Because first off, they did it was Gonzo versus Bosco. If you don't know who they are, they're hip hop artists, personalities that were really going at it the last couple of years on social media. Shit got real to where it could have got violent. We had Gonzo on the show, and he kind of was real remorseful about that whole situation, and then come to find out he was going to fight him in this event called Guns Up or Gloves Up, Guns Down, and it was a real good event. They went out there and boxed and then shook hands after it. But the event itself was a shit show. Like you had people smoking, and I'm not going to act like we're not pro marijuana. Hell, we smoke ourselves, but we conduct ourselves in a professional manner, and it doesn't affect our work. But these people were stuck on stupid. They're drinking, they're promoting this, they're promoting that, and there's children watching. I just looked at it overall, and although it was supposed to be something that was great for boxing, a different kind of level, you've seen, and a lot of people were upset. I've seen a lot of the athletes saying there was a lot of over-sexuality involved in a lot of the performances. The use of marijuana on television, although it is legal and people had their opinions, it is an adult exercise, nothing the children should be involved in. Mm-hmm. So it was, and Snoop Dogg's a co-owner of that. So I was just kind of wanting to get your perspective, but if you didn't see it, and that was
I didn't see it, but I do think that the most important thing to understand about hip hop culture is, as we all know, it's not just music, it's the culture of it.
Yeah.
And everybody loves it. The biggest thing we have to understand is that it is highly influential. Stop lying and pretending like our kids are not affected by what they see. And I think that first step toward actually doing something about it is making sure that we create enough awareness to have us all come to the same understanding. Like stop bullshitting and saying that, the parents are the influence and all that. No. You're the influencer, because that's why corporations pay you money. Is because hip hop rappers were social media influencers before there was social media. Going all the way back to when Run DMC increased sales of Adidas sneakers back in the day, that has continued. And also, though, I think educating ourselves as a community means we have to get to the point where we understand celebrities are not leaders. That we are also, as a community, studies show that we are more influenced by celebrities than any other group of people. And I think that just generally speaking, it's not just a matter of shaping up hip hop culture. It's a matter of shaping up all of our culture to say, let's stop, like celebrities are entertainers. Let them entertain, do what the fuck they're going to do. But, but you must understand that your leadership needs to come from a different space, period.
Absolutely.
I want to transition into Nas now. He has been making a lot of great investments. I think they said he was due to make $100 million possibly from a company called Coinbase. Talk about him and some of the many investments that he make, and talk about the stock market a little bit as well.
Man, I'm very happy for Nas. I'm very proud of him. I put Nas in the category of rappers that are not, they're not in their 20s anymore. Nas is probably 50 years old by now, close to it. And you look at him, Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, even Snoop to some extent, and some of the other guys, Master P and Diddy and others that survived, a lot of the chaos that was in the 90s, and they were able to strategically play chess and protect themselves in terms of health and wealth and other ways. And I love seeing what he's doing, because what he's doing is he's transitioning into the wise elder or the OG that that we're all supposed to become. You hit 40 and 50, there's a role for you. It's not for you to emulate the behavior of a teenager. It's for you to talk to the kids, to the young guys, and say, look, here's where the money's at. Don't make the mistakes I did. Here's where the gold's buried. Here's how you can be happy. Here's how you can be successful. And I like the fact that Nas, among many others, are starting to understand that the brand value of an artist or athlete goes far beyond what kind of music you make. Nas has a brand value that is worth hundreds of millions of dollars, maybe $1 billion or more, where he doesn't ever have to make another song for the rest of his life. I think he gets that, and what that does is that opens doors for you. Queensbridge Partners has access to deals that the rest of the public does not get, because Nas established himself as such a brilliant artist very early in his career. Now we're evolving in terms of wealth. We're evolving where people are learning. Remember that song? I met that rapper Lil Troy in Houston who made that song because he came up to me. It was a Willie D's thing, and he came up and he said, yeah, I said, so what do you do, man? He said, I'm a rapper. He said, remember that song, Making Money the Flyway? Remember that song?
Yeah.
Want to be a baller. Yeah, I love that song, right? I was like, oh man, it's one of my favorite songs. And so to me, it makes me think about that, because it's like, when you talk about making money the flyway, it's like you go into hip hop and you're like, okay, I'm gonna make all these songs, I'm gonna be the hottest artist. But then you learn that there's another level, like there's a second floor to that building where you're really making money, massive amounts of money, in a way that goes beyond what you can make from a record. So Nas is setting the blueprint, and millions of brothers are gonna copy him. And I think that is a major move for Black people. It's gonna have a greater impact than any of these civil rights superstars will ever have. Like, you're really talking about a power play, because for the Black man, you got to understand you're in a different category. You can't go chase jobs like everybody else. They will never see you the way they look at a white woman. When you and the white girl will go, they teach this pussy shit where they make you think that if I go to college with the white girl and we get the same degree, we're gonna get the same job and the same opportunities. No, you fucking won't. Stop that shit. Like, you're a man. You're gonna have to compete at a different level in a different way. And that means that you're going to have to own assets. Like, you have to literally build out your own path. So the biggest skill for Black men to learn is to learn things like investing, also institution building, how to work together. Like us, like we're talking right now because we basically made a business deal. We haven't talked, and you saw my brand value, I saw yours. Pay attention now. If we go over to the other side of the bridge, where white folks live, they're not going to see much value in either one of us, right? Where they're like, oh, this little hip hop platform, or that little Black guy, that big mouth. No, but we see value in each other, and that's what I think our people have to understand, is that the gold is buried in your backyard. Everything you need is right there in front of you. You just got to turn to your brother, turn to your sister, work with them, and you can build something that's far more amazing than anything you could ever get with somebody's little shitty ass job.